Well, hello. Welcome back. Welcome for the first time and welcome again. You already know how it is. You know what time it is. We are here on I'm from the Zoo podcast. I'm your co-host Mike Michigan along with my co-host
B-Dub.
DUBB. What's happening, Glenn? How you doing today, brother?
I'm doing all right, man. How you doing, Mike Mitch?
Man, today is a it's you know what? Today, every day is a wonderful day when you're above ground. You know what I'm saying? Not only
Right.
is it an excellent day to be above ground, but to be productive and to keep it going, man. Just for everybody that wants to know what's going on in the times out here, what you think about that Cat Williams interview that he just dropped?
Man, he dropped a bombshell on them.
Huh? Huh?
Shook the internet up.
He shook the internet, fam. You know what I'm saying? And he did it so great, man. What he did is he said the truth will set you free. And so that's why, here on I'm from the Zoo, it's one of the only places that you're gonna get real live exclusive stuff. Remember we talked to H-Dub today, didn't we? Shout out to Harold Whaley. And you know what
Oh,
he said?
Harold.
Remember what he said? He said somebody was watching the show on his show that known him from years and watched our show and learned something he didn't even know about him.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
that was deep.
That was deep. And you know what? I want to give a shout out to everybody in the world, man, that's checking us out on the Spotify and then the YouTube. But look, without further ado, man, before we get started, man, it's almost getting ready to be the Super Bowl time. And today we have a fabulous guest. You ain't even gonna be ready, Kalamazoo, what's going on. Now, before we get to that love, I gotta do this today because I found out something be done that kind of broke my heart. I was trying to do something in the good of my heart. A great friend, family friend of ours named Kenny Graham, one of the great football players, played with the San Diego Chargers, Pittsburgh Steelers. I just found out this evening, right before the call. I'm tripping to say it, but I have to. I found out that Kenny passed away. And
Mm,
I just want to like give condolences to his friends and family and our family. He was a family friend of ours. He touched me. He gave me a lot of game. He played hardcore football back in the day. You can go look him up. Kenny Graham. He was one of the players that when he never got up off the field, he was the punt returner. He played on the line. He played the kickoff return. He did what he had to do back in the NFL and the AFL days when it was raw and rough. And speaking of raw and rough, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you and give a quick moment of silence for Kenny.
for sure.
Thank you, Kenny, and thank you, family out there for that all the way around, man. You know what I'm saying? And well, hey, but to rise it up, you know what I'm saying? When things like that, one thing said, when you have an ancestor that goes to the other side, that means that he's just helping you to bring greatness. So once again, I'm going to ask Kiki, our producer, if you could please zap in our wonderful guest today, Kalamazoo's own, Mr.
Fuck.
Little John Flowers, running back, Kalamazoo Warriors, New York Jets. Let's go.
Oh,
Hey,
Hey, we
hey,
got LJ in the house.
hey, what's up? Let's get some clapping going on for that. Happy New Year, man. Thank you so much, King. Welcome to I'm from the Zoo.
from the zoo, baby, one and only. You know I had to be my man.
That's
Zoo.
what's
Good,
up, man.
good job, Flowers. We ask everybody, you get to say this, man. Hey, man, where are you from?
Man, I'm from the zoo. I'm Kalamazoo. Born and raised, 740 Douglas, Kalamazoo, North Side.
Come on.
Uh,
I'm telling, break it down like it is, like it ain't. Matter of fact, you got a birthday coming up, January 31st coming up, don't you?
Yes, January 34th, 31st. I'll be 44 years old, man. Getting
Oh
up.
man.
wow.
Ooh, you got the good Hank Aaron, Jim Brown, Reggie Jackson,
Damn,
Ricky
little.
Henderson numbers,
Yes.
man.
Little, you got me looking old over here.
Come on, you looking terrific, fam. Welcome to the
Oh,
show,
yeah. Little
man.
John look good, boy.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, for you guys don't know is this is also this is a first for the show, fam, because on our first show we had Mr. TJ Duckett. Do you know who that person is?
Sir, that's my best friend, my boy, Big Duck.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, back since he was 7 years old. You
Come
know.
on now, talk about it. Listen, well, the reason why this is so special, man, is because TJ was the first guest along with E Love on our show here on I'm from the Zoo. And at the end of the show, I'm sorry, we actually have some recommendations. And we asked, who would you recommend to be on the show? And he says, what do you say, Doug?
He said Lil John, which Lil John was gonna be on there anyway. He can't do nothing without me.
Okay, okay, but
So it's all
you see what
good.
I'm
But
saying?
he said Lil John Flowers got to show Little some love. Got to get him on
Absolutely.
here.
Absolutely, he did. So shouts up to TJ. This is the first time the recommendation on the show has come right back around here in our second season. Already what this like the 17th. Hey man, this is number 17 as far as the episode we on, fam. So you got that lucky 17. You know what I'm saying?
Killing
So,
it.
so look, running back hailing from our school to get to be hype it up, Kalamazoo Lloyd Norrix, 6 foot, 215 pounds. And he also played professional overseas with the Berlin Thunder. Hey, we're gonna talk and get into all
And
that.
New York Jets, let him go, let him
And the
go.
New York Jets. But before I'm saying all this, man, Mr. Little John Flowers, thank you so much for being on the show.
Man, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Anytime, anything they got to do at Kalamazoo, man, especially my boy B-Dub, I'm down for it. Always, I always remember where my roots, where I come from, and shoot, anytime I can help, anytime I can do anything for anybody from the zoo, it's all good, all love.
That boy,
Absolutely,
that boy loyal.
absolutely. One love. I appreciate that. So let me tell you, man. So you're from Kalamazoo, and let's go ahead and jump into it and talk about it. You played where when you played, who was your first coach?
Shoot, man, we go all the way back to I played for the East Side Raiders when I was
Mm,
20 years old. I never forget Johnny Moore,
I
asked my
remember Johnny.
if I could come and play football. And I remember my dad telling me, 7 years old, he was like, you want to play football? And I was like, yeah. He's like, you
uh-huh.
go out there and you do what them coaches say and don't talk back or I'm gonna kick your ass. And that was the last, that so went
That
out there
was
and did
that.
it, So I was playing there for people like Al, Al was there, the
Yeah.
Colemans was there,
Mhm.
who else was coaching me? Bull was coaching me.
Johnson and Bull. What up,
Man,
Bull?
it's just
That's
that was
too.
the east side.
You came through that good
I played
East Side.
back in 7 years old till 7, 8, 9, 10, and I think 11 was it for me. Yeah, yeah. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 was it. Then I started playing at Hillside. So yeah, that was my first little experience right there. The east
Right
side.
there, East Side. Now,
Yeah.
did you play strictly running back or did you play other positions?
No, man, we had so many dogs. I was a center, man. We had people like Marquise Brown running that ball back in the day. Milo was like the quarterback, I think. I was hiking the ball to him.
Milo
Uh,
Stovall?
and I didn't touch it, man. I was an offensive lineman and defensive lineman. When
You
I
said Milo Stovall was the
yeah,
quarterback? Shout-
Milo was the
Shouts
quarterback.
out to my cousin Milo. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
he was a quarterback. Girl was a quarterback. Like I was on shoot. I started playing a little quarterback after like I think I was 7, 8, probably about 9 years old. I started playing a little quarterback, but I ain't started playing running back until shoot, I got into middle school and then high school. I really started playing running back.
Right. Now that's wonderful. Now, see, the reason why I asked about that is because you're a well-rounded football player, and we're going to get in touch into all of that a little bit later. But you also said earlier that TJ Duckett was your friend. Talk about how you guys met and your some of your accomplishments with him.
Oh well, me and Doug, we started off playing against each other. He played for Northside, and we used to beat up on him all the time. Uh, used to beat up on him then, and
Uh-huh.
then he went to Millwood. I went to Hillside, and then he was always a year younger than me, so I didn't see him in middle school. But then we got to high school. Got into high school, and I was the freshman all world, had a real good freshman year up at Lloyd Norrix. We was undefeated, all that team there. We was really good. TJ was coming along and then he tore his knee up I think TJ tore his knee up in middle school trying to dunk the ball, I think it was. So my sophomore year, his freshman year, he was straight like just rehabbing his whole freshman year. And then shoot, we clicked that next year, my junior year, his sophomore year. Then the rest was history. You know what I'm saying? Like we went on from there and
Right.
Mhm.
And
really.
you guys were so like now we're gonna go into the trenches. And at this point, I want to say thank you. I'm so proud of you and TJ and your teams in that 2000 era, then the late 99, 2000 era, because Lloyd Norrix, y'all, and no matter how hard we worked for years and years, we could barely win football games. It wasn't that we didn't have the talent. It wasn't that we didn't have the passion or the drive. We just couldn't get over the hump, no matter what it was. But these gentlemen, these young men, if you go back and you see TJ Duckett and Mr. Little John Flowers doing the AB, A1, A2, 213,
Yeah, that
guys were
boy.
ridiculous. Look. What I know you remember some of the stats, but didn't you have like 50 touch?
Yeah, 400 yards. You ain't got to
Come
sugarcoat it.
on, man.
400 yards on
You was
Battle
a
Creek.
human like look. You know what you
They
were?
hate him at post,
You were
CW post. He ran all over them.
Come on, Dub. We play fantasy football, fam. You would have been our first round pick in our league type stuff, bro.
Wow, man.
Yeah, man, I tell them boys like today, I be telling my sons, like if me and TJ came out now, boy,
Mm,
our NIL deals would be ridiculous, those NIL deals we'd have had, because
Oh,
he was the real deal, man. I mean, I started it and then he came through and finished it, man. I mean, we just got luck. It was a blessing. We came up together, and we got there on the field, and we was the two hardest workers there, and we was the
mhm.
best players. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? I laid down the foundation of showing that shoes. Just because I'm the best player, don't mean anybody gonna outwork me. And everybody else, if they seen me doing it, everybody else was down to it. So we had that, we had some good coaches at that time too. But we put it in our mind that we wanted to do something special. And
right,
we did
right.
something special, and unfortunately our school ain't did too much shit since we left.
Well, I mean, but the thing is, that's
Uh,
true. I mean, but it comes with legacies, you know what I'm saying? And it also comes in waves because I graduated in 1990, and I know that we were really proud to get up on that track board. And you
yeah,
also got track and field records. Matter of fact, I think, are you on the 4x1 100 all-time record?
yeah.
I see you came up there.
I'm all state in all three sports, man. Football, basketball.
that boy all stayed three. That
Yes,
boy hurt
exactly.
them.
Man, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
You was a tremendous high school athlete. That's why you right here on I'm from the Zoo. You know what? Look, I can't let this go by because you have one of the most iconic and interesting names. Can you
yeah.
tell me if that's okay? And the world, the originality of your name and how and what is it? How does it mean for you? And how does it be? Because where did it come from? How did you get your name?
Well, my first name is Little, middle name is John. Um, and that's all came from my dad. My dad, he liked Robin Hood,
Yeah.
and the little character on there from Robin Hood name was Little John, the big dude. And
Right.
he's
Ooh,
a
we.
fighter. He was a fighter, he fought all the time. So, and that was me, coming up. I was a fighter. So, that's where I get it from, man, all from my pops. So, shout
Right.
out to him. And that name has my name has, stayed around like in Michigan State, like everybody remember that damn name, so they probably don't remember that. They remember
Right. Right.
It's iconic. Not even before you got to Michigan State, when you
yeah,
was growing up, because Kalamazoo supported our youth. When you were in the East Side Little League, you can remember we had announcers at the
yeah,
games. Little John Flowers with the tackle,
yeah,
and that name would grow. And then TJ Duckett, and you guys had this synergy. And then at the same time, Kalamazoo Central had a lot of athletes in Portage Central and Northern, but you guys had all competed with and against each other for years. So then by the time you got to your athletic career at Lloyd Norrix, you didn't disappoint at all.
right. Yeah.
So what made your decision To go to Michigan State, did you have any other schools that you wanted to go to?
And also to add on to that, were you ever considering to play any other sport, as well?
Um,
Great question, D-Dub.
my, um, my first my first love is always gonna be basketball. Always have, always will be.
Hops.
You know,
Mr. Duncanstein over there. Come on,
that's,
talk about it.
be that's just what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got offers from pretty much every school in the country when I was coming out. I think I was like the number seventh player in the country at the time, and like I think it was only one other running back that was rated higher than me when I was coming out. So I had offers from everybody. I wasn't going too far away from home. I I had never been on an airplane at that time, and I wasn't going away
Right.
from my mama and daddy that far. So,
Yeah,
I just figured Michigan State. I had liked Michigan State. I wasn't too big of a college
right.
person as a kid. I always
Did you
watched
take a lot of
NFL.
visits? Did you take visits though? You got a
I didn't
few.
even take that many. I didn't even take that many visits, man. I ain't on
Really?
no visits. I committed my junior year. Like
Mhm.
Oh, so it is.
You know
yeah,
what? I
Yeah.
think I remember that because I mean, ladies and gentlemen, Little John ran for 4,320 yards in high school and 56 touchdowns at Lloyd Norrix.
yeah.
Hey,
It's ridiculous.
I know. That was
The good thing
historical right
is,
you're
there.
definitely my number one running back to come out of
You and
Kalamazoo,
and then
hands down.
TJ
And
comes
then
back
TJ,
play
yeah.
comes
But
and follows up, and you guys got this 1-2 punch for 1 year, and it's like the most ridiculous best team in Lloyd Norris's history,
oh yeah, without a
by
doubt.
far, hands down in football. And we want to thank you right there. Hey, you know what? Already we just chatting. We already rolling into the first
so I
quarter.
got I got I got something for you. So your
Hold on, but then we going
transition.
to the first quarter. Before we go there, Dub, we got to pay the bills. Remember what Auntie said last week? We gotta pay them bills, man. So first of all,
Yeah,
we want.
shouts out to Kellogg cereal,
Mm-hmm.
Breakfast of Champions.
Come on now.
Shout out to Napalm, Flowery. You get
Uh-huh.
the flour, it's nice, Napalm. Seattle, Washington on top. And
Okay,
then we
what's up,
also
man?
have the number one draft pick clothing line
That's right.
um,
We sure do.
as a sponsor as well.
We sure do. And shouts up to Supreme. And then shouts up to Miss Gwendolyn McClendon for McClendon Travel. And also we want to shout out to 2020 Vision in San Rafael, as well as the Come Through Network right here that you are enjoying it on I'm from the Zoo with our wonderful guest, Mr. Little
Little
John.
John Flowers.
And he's not little at 6 feet, 210 pounds, running under a 4.3, benching over 350, leaping and dunking in 360, high definition, high flying, coming to you. I'm from the zoo. Man, we are so happy to have you on the show, fam.
Yeah, man, it was good. Just like a lot of stuff. I don't hope I didn't lose y'all. My phone had rang, but some of the stuff that you know.
Go
You good?
ahead.
You good? We know we
Yeah,
popping.
right.
You know how it is. It's popping. It's 2024.
Still got me, nah, man. But the biggest thing was, like getting recruited by Nick Saban. You know,
Wow. Talk
Mhm.
about
he
that.
retired. He retired now, and he just retired today. Thinking about that, just getting recruited by him was probably one of the biggest things ever, man. Just
Talk about it. Did you meet? Now you got a chance to personally meet him and talk about his style.
Yeah, that was his coach.
that was my coach.
I know it, man. He's retiring. Is he
Hey,
retiring?
yep,
Just no,
today.
I just saw the news today that he was retiring. I mean, when I said talk about his style, because he was at Michigan State at that time, and I don't even understand how we let go of him. But you had that awesomeness to have him as a coach. Talk about that experience, please. Share that.
Well, the experience with coach was great, man. Especially when you think about like how he recruited me, how he came to um Kalamazoo. And like he was the he came to watch me play basketball. He came to watch us play run track. He was
Yeah.
recruiting me and he was recruiting TJ on the low. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. Right.
he was coming down there and he was he was the only person, in the stand. We playing Kalamazoo Central in basketball. He was down there checking us out, man. So I mean,
Sitting in the gym, Nick Saban.
Nick Saban in there against Kalamazoo Central, Lloyd Norris. That's when, the basketball game, we had that little bitty gym and it'd
Yeah.
be packed in there at Lloyd Norris.
Yeah. You know
Shoot,
what? Lil John, I want to ask you something because this right here is unique to Kalamazoo and Kalamazoo only. You
yeah,
know, growing up in Kalamazoo, like this is way before really, this is not really way, but this is when you start getting like in the Kalamazoo Gazette and Prep Star of the Week and that stuff. And you remember when you start getting young, you start getting felt around people and it's like they knowing how you are. When you're a young athlete in the zoo, you get that hype. Talk about that hype and how that made you feel. And then when you went to Michigan State, you impressed them enough to make TJ even go there.
right.
Talk
Well,
about it.
that was huge too. Like I think my hype, my freshman year, I think I ran for over 2,000 yards, and I got put in like the newspaper. Newspaper put an article out on me. They said, freshman run for 2,000 yards. And then the hype started to build there. And everybody started to know, this before social media. And ever since that day there, I knew it was something different, once that had popped off. And then, I tell you what really had happened was it was homecoming. I was a freshman on JV basketball.
Okay.
It was the homecoming game, so everybody coming to the game early trying to get seats.
Yeah.
And I hit the game-winning shot for the JV team to beat
I
St. Joe,
was at that game, I believe.
and it was ridiculous,
It
bro.
was ridiculous. The crowd, because you know how the crowd is. Everybody coming in to hit the varsity, and the
Yeah,
JV game is going crazy, and the
yeah,
six
the JV
scoring,
game.
and
Like
you
people
come down there
rushing
and
the
hit. It
floor,
was was you fading? When you fading away?
hating up there towards it. Yeah, it was something like that. It was ridiculous, man. But
he hit him with the fade, huh?
With the deep fade too, Dub. I was at that game, man. Thank you for that memory, fam.
I did.
Awesome shot, and the crowd went crazy because it was like you shot it, the buzzer was and it hit, and then the crowd went crazy.
Yeah, it was. The crowd was crazy. Then all the football players came jumping all on top of me on the floor and stuff. It was ridiculous, man. So ever since then, it's
Yeah,
been it I knew that Kalamazoo was special, and I got nothing but love from everybody from Kalamazoo,
yeah,
and they knew who Little John Flowers was.
right, right,
So,
absolutely,
hey,
man.
so little when you got to Michigan State, you had a few injuries that kind of held you up from doing it. Was it the ankle or what was it? It was the
It
knee.
was like at Michigan State, like it was. I went up there and I sprained my ankle. Um, I sprained my ankle, I think, yeah. And it was a game when I thought, and I knew like it was my time. We think we played Oregon,
Oh,
and I had a good game then. And then we was getting ready to play Eastern Michigan. And
yeah,
this is TJ was up there too, because my first year, Cedric Irvin was there, and he had that on lock. He was going to the league. I knew he was leaving, going to the league by my sophomore year. So I knew my sophomore year I was going to be getting a shot.
Right.
And here, like I had a good game against Oregon, and everything was going right. TJ Big Duck was still playing linebacker, but they was moving him over to come play like fourth and ones because he was so big, and he'd get those first downs.
yeah.
Man, we played against Eastern Michigan, and I rolled my ankle, and that was my time. Eastern Michigan was my time. Well, I
Mhm.
rolled my ankle, and TJ stepped in that bad boy and didn't look back.
Right. Yeah,
He didn't
yeah,
look
Yeah.
back. You know what I'm saying? He stepped in
That
there and
hey,
he was
that had
all over
that.
Eastern Michigan.
And you the type of person you just want somebody to shine anyway, but he just, you know
He
what
did
I'm
his
saying?
thing, man. I mean, it was next man up. A lot of people be like, man, why you I could have left, could have did all that different stuff there, but I was there with TJ, And shit, I wasn't leaving there with from my boy, and then I wasn't afraid of a little
That's
hard work.
legacy that you
You know
got.
what I'm saying? I wasn't afraid of a little hard work. I knew I'd get some tick. I'm gonna have somebody look at me. Just give me the ball. Let me get a couple carries. If I get a couple carries, I'm gonna do something with it. You
That's
know,
right.
Right.
Hey, and you
He gonna get
certainly did
his.
something with it, and you
He
certainly
gonna he
did
gonna
something
get
with it.
his. That's what I'm
You
saying.
certainly
He
did,
was just
man. You know what I'm
and he
saying?
had some good. Hey, it was some good running backs that he was still getting his.
You
He
had
yeah,
had
some
my
good.
man in Northwestern. He was a dog too.
Eamon
Forgot
Anderson. Yeah.
Damian Anderson. He was hard.
Come on, talk about that,
He
man.
was nice.
You help him
You
out
know what I'm
there.
saying? So far as you making the transition after you I seen the game when you ran through Purdue and you did your thing on Purdue and told him it was over with. I
Yeah,
think I was somewhere in a bar watching some shit. I was like, that's my boy right there. Check him out. He
yeah,
ran through that bitch with one sock on, nigga. He ain't give a damn, nigga. You feel me? Lil John came to that bitch with a sock on. It's over with. Drew Brees, all them was sick.
yeah.
So that was a nice game. And also so making the transition from college and what about your combine? You did real well at your combine.
Well, the combine was okay. My pro day was better. But just getting invited to the combine, getting the chance to sit down and talk to everybody you know, um, that was trying to draft
Scouts.
me and stuff, and the scouts and all that good stuff there. I put on
Right.
a real good show there. I think my performance wasn't that good, but I did get my name out there. And then my pro day came around. I had a really good pro day. And I almost got drafted, man. It would probably been a different story if I got drafted. But I mean, I got a call in the fifth round from who was that? That was Jacksonville or Houston. And then I got a call in the sixth round from Jacksonville. And I thought that they was gonna draft me. They both told me they was gonna draft me in the seventh round, but I didn't end up not getting drafted. And that's when I got a call from after the draft, I got a call from the New York Jets and Herm Edwards, telling them they want me to come up there and try
Wow.
out.
Wow. So there's one
That
thing
Herm
that's really
Edwards. Oh,
there's,
Herm.
there's one thing that's been really prevalent about the natural advancement of your career, and that's really in my ears is that you've had some excellent coaching. Not only excellent coaching, some Hall of Fame coaching. You had Nick Saban coming to check you out, play basketball, and recruit you, believe in you, and still have enough, brotherhood to just say, hey, man, here comes TJ, and you're going to have to fill a different role. But then you still went and persevered. And with all the accolades that you had, you were still able to make it to the New York Jets. Now,
Yeah,
fam, this is where it comes in. What years were you at the Jets again?
yeah, from '02 to '07, I think it was. Yeah. Oh,
Okay,
the
so you was there, and
and I was the Giants for a preseason camp. So,
right,
like 4 years on and off with the Jets, practice squad. Um, they sent me over to NFL Europe, but
oh
all of
yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff, man. I mean, it's just a testament of like, where I'm from. I'm from the zoo, man. Like we like fucking
Make
hardcore.
something out of nothing, baby. We're gonna shine.
Like,
People don't know Kalamazoo is
get
one
it.
of those
We
type of
gonna go
places,
get it,
man,
man.
where you want to be successful from there. Number one, you want to
Yeah.
shine. You don't want to let your people down, but you want to go somewhere. It's just something about it in the water. Now, look. This
Uh-uh.
is really important for our show, Mr. Flowers, sir, because before we slide to talking about your career that you had in Europe with the Berlin Thunder, and
Yeah, I got a couple things
before
too,
we
though.
slide to go there, Dub, I got you, Mr. B Dub. Well, we about to be in halftime in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Brandon, sir, Mr. Dub Tim, my man. I want to talk about y'all relationship and him being an agent because at that time, Dub was doing some things, fam, that nobody else was doing. It was a young man, young black man, just a single
Yeah,
record, and he's out there trying to be an agent. And you know how Kalamazoo can be. Oh man, you ain't trying to do this. You ain't trying to do that. But
yeah. Lil John told me the
you,
first
sir,
time.
you, sir, believed in B Dub. And we
Oh
know we're
yeah.
on a roll in a halftime pretty much coming in. So I want you to ponder about that for a quick second. We're gonna take a quick break and do a quick shout out, man. Who do you want to shout out out there before we go ahead and get into that question, Mr. Flowers? Who you want to give a shout out to?
Who, me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, anybody.
Well, my shout out is to my brothers and sister. My brother, he just had his first baby. My little niece, shout out to him.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
and then my niece. So, and my sisters and mother and father, families first, man. And my
Already.
Family first, man.
boys.
Excellent. That's absolute, man. And I wanted to say all that family first because we are going to be going into some wonderful royalty shows here on I'm from the Zoo, a next series. I can't spill the beans, but you have just made the day coming, man. So look, man, let's go ahead and get into that. You're a senior, you ran like crazy. You know what I'm saying? You got highlights. Everybody knows your name. You go, you recruited. You don't want to get on no plane like I'm going to Michigan State. And
Right.
you know what I'm saying? You're driving everybody crazy. You go to Michigan State, you go buck wild, you scoring touchdowns against Ohio State. You're making things happen. Little John Flowers. Look, you was in the Kalamazoo Gazette so much, fam. I thought the paper was green and white. I kid you
You
not.
put the work in. That's what you
And
get when you put the work
it
in.
was a wonderful thing to see. You was on the team, and then you see TJ. You know how they used to do those pictures where y'all used to stand with your equipment like this, and y'all would be like that, and then it would just make everybody so proud to see you go. Saying y'all out there, and then to watch you play, and not only to watch you play, to see you achieve. And that name is so synonymous because when they would, how did you feel when they would yell your name in that stadium?
Well, it was, man, I was so focused on, doing a job and doing and playing and trying to be successful that, you don't even have time to even think about all those things. I'm just out there trying to get this money, trying to work, trying to go hard. That's all I was thinking about at that time. You don't start thinking about all the accomplishments till you're done till you're in your 40s like I am now, and you start thinking about all the
Yes, sir.
shit you did, but at that moment it's man, we rolling, bro. We
Yeah.
rolling.
And so you was conscious when you was running that rock that there's a next level to this thing, right?
Yo, absolutely, man. And that's what you was trying to get to. The
That's
next
what
Right.
yeah,
And
yeah.
when you get to the next level, you trying to stay there. When you got to the NFL, it was all about trying to stay there, trying to hang on, trying to hang on. I was looking at something on internet. My wife had seen it on Twitter, and they was talking about with the Jets. I was like a preseason legend because I always
Uh-huh.
up there. They couldn't get rid of me. Like, why dude he always coming back. He's here.
Yeah.
Little Flowers, he trying. One dude said, "Man, he ran all over the Eagles in the preseason," which I did. I was on that thing. So it was it's it's always trying to just succeed and be successful. Do all
Now,
that.
now, when you went to when you get to fast forward a little bit, when you went to Berlin, you wasn't no punk over there. You was over there
Wait,
representing
Dub,
stuff.
before we fast forward to that, Dub, I want to find out, like, because your role in his start of his career is very important. And
Yeah,
we need
yeah,
to,
but that's
and see, I know, Dub, you're humble, but Mike,
yeah, but it's
Mike
just
Mitchell
it's
do it
just
right. We're gonna get there. I want to talk, Mr. Flowers.
Yeah,
What
all right, bro.
made you consider to use Mr. Dub 10 to be your agent?
man, it really wasn't even when he approached me about it and he told me uh, what time it was and told me what he was doing. It it really wasn't even like I didn't even think twice. You
Hmm.
know, I've been around this man. This man, he coached me. He is from the zoo. Like I believed in him. I trusted him. And it was like I couldn't believe anybody else from the zoo wouldn't trust in him. You know what I'm saying? Like what we doing here? This is somebody from the crib, somebody that has always had our best interests at heart. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Was trying to push us to be who we wanted to be and was trying to get there. And if I could be there to try to help where his career was going,
Yeah.
by helping myself and him, shit,
Uh-huh.
that wasn't even a question, man. And I told him from day one that I was gonna be down with him, and I'm a man of my word. So, you
And
know.
that you were. And the reason why I wanted to bring that relationship about, because like Dub likes to skip over sometimes, but it's so important to say that, Dub, you were important because you were very influential. Look it, if it wasn't for you with your guidance that Lil John might not have had that to get the experience to get to the next level. And then at that time, we're not going to just skim over. It wasn't just you. There were some other backs in Kalamazoo that were extraordinary too, that you were across the street. And so we had a crazy time where we had who else? We had, name some of the running backs that was running during that era.
We had people. I think
Yeah,
JC.
we had
He was a little
Jerome
younger than
Harrison.
Jerome
We had
Harris,
TJ Duckett.
Greg
We
Jennings.
had we had Greg Jennings. We had a lot of good athletes around that time.
So
That was
just right there in this class, there are four NFL great
that we talking
players
about, and we also can't forget Eric Gardner.
and Eric Gardner,
yeah.
Yeah, I
great
was
football
I was
player.
in I was in a lot. I was in all my little dogs. Them my little dogs. I was whatever I could do to help them, I would do it. But just want to speculate and say to Lil John, man, I appreciate because I had to grow, but that was my vision to what I wanted to do to help other people because my enthusiasm for playing football had left me because, like I said, my dad got like murdered when I was 19, so I didn't really get a chance to. All I wanted to do is see me play a couple of games, you know what I'm saying? But that didn't happen for me, so the game started getting political after that. So I just wanted to play a good part into helping instead of playing no more, even though I was pretty good in high school. I mean, I know people watch me and did my thing, but it was because of you that made me a little stronger, man, because you believed in me. And without you making a decision for me to help you, man, it was part of my life. It was a major part of my life. So I just want to tell you, thank you, bro.
Oh man, it wasn't even
That was
me.
like
That was you want to
major
thank
part of my life. I can
you.
always go back to.
Thank you, bro, because we
Right.
did it together. You know what I'm saying?
And it was kind of hard on me, you know what I'm saying? And you seen it. You said it again?
I said we went in that thing together, bro. That was me
Oh,
and
yeah,
you.
yeah, we did.
We was from the zoo. We was handling it together, man. We both was in there. Ain't never done this before, and you was trying to push me to get to this, and you was trying to get everything possible for me. And I shit. That's all I wanted right there. Shit. So I mean
Yeah.
that's all I needed, man. That's I don't trust too many people I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And I knew you, so it was
Right.
shit. It was thank you, because
It felt really good to be able to hand a check over to somebody that believed in me. And like, I'm glad because he's happy. You know what I'm saying? And it really meant a lot to me. It's like one of my prime times of my life, man. I just want to tell you that. You know what I mean?
oh yeah,
And you came on and be real good. And we was with some good people with Norm Nixon. But I remember, I'll never forget what you said. We was at I think we was at the club. I came to a club. We were at the strip club or something. We was in Atlanta. Little gonna buy bottles. He don't go down. They're coming through with bottles. He gave me the whole bottle, man. Gave me a hug, man. Told me it's all good. We good. So it kind of made me feel better. I went through some changes a little later on, but man, you helped me through a very, very important part of my life to make me understand
oh
that
yeah,
I was more important to myself to help my boys, and that's what my whole objective was. So thank you, bro. I appreciate you.
love.
That's for real. Couldn't have
Oh,
did it without my man. That's my baby right there. And it
That's
even it even came times I might miss afterwards.
mhm.
I will be. He noticed what I'll be doing. I used to be everywhere. We ain't no place you couldn't tell me that we couldn't be. We was at all-star games. We did a lot of stuff. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Right.
Especially with I done flew private planes. Mike Miss. I done did all that. You know what I mean? So I done been that part of that. Have fun. But the whole thing about it, man, was just to seeing him prosper and be able to do something for
Right.
himself. So I was in Arizona one time, right?
Uh-huh.
Ran into Herm. As soon as I told Herm who my little bro was, it was all love. He'd do anything for me.
See
yeah,
there.
You know what I'm saying? And when he was at Arizona State, I ran into him, and it
yeah.
was cool. So, the relationship goes down because even one of the
See,
coaches called Little on the telephone, like he thought I was lying to him or something.
Yeah.
I think it was the defensive coordinator. I was at the coaching convention or something, it was cold as hell in Nashville, and I was like, yeah, little John Flowers, yeah, that's my little brother.
Yeah.
My little brother, he's like, little John Flowers, your brother. I'm like, yeah, I'm from Kalamazoo. Man, dude got on the telephone and called little John phone up on the phone and asked him, hey man, do you know Brandon? Woo? He's like, yeah, that's my baby. It was crazy though, but the coach was like, okay,
You see
yeah,
how
we
they
would
did
have
that?
fun
And look,
together.
like
So
you guys just see like that. Now, I want to say that's the reason why I was pushing so hard to get that
oh
story.
yeah, oh
Because the
yeah, it's
reason,
cool.
because like, look, Dub and I, Lil John fam, this what look, when we was coming up in Kalamazoo, you know how the zoo is, people don't never want to believe you. And you just hit it right on the nail on the head. They don't want to believe you
Yeah.
until they see it. And then even when they see it, they still don't believe it sometimes. But
Right.
it's just the nature of that's being where we're from. And that's what pushes us with that drive.
Oh yeah, this boy is the baddest boy to ever play football in Kalamazoo. He's #1 on the list.
Let me ask you the
He and
question. Come
everybody
on
else.
now. Look, we're gonna get you. We're gonna do it like
Top five
your
running backs
top
from the
five
zoo.
running backs all the time from Kalamazoo. We want to know. Put you on this
We're
spot.
gonna go five.
We want
And
to know
you got
your
to know
top
who we
five.
know, but we're gonna go five.
We want
I
to know
know
your
he's gonna
top
have like
five.
three of my five. I already know.
We want to know your
Now,
top five.
matter of fact, I ain't gonna even say five. I'll just say 7 or 8.
Let him
We
go
ain't gonna
ahead
do
and
it
run
like
it
that.
down.
We got some
Run
nice
it
running
down.
backs come out.
DUBB and set it up. You go ahead and knock it down, fam.
Did have some really, really good, not really good running backs. Like, when you start thinking about Tico,
Oh, yeah.
start thinking about uh don't make me feel. You start thinking about JC, then
Yes.
Yeah.
you start thinking about I broke his record. My cousin, he gonna kill me for not saying his name.
You say you broke his record at Norrix?
Yep. Uh,
Running back records.
yeah,
Kenny.
that was
Kenny.
Daniel. No, it's he is gonna kill me.
Uh,
You know who I'm talking about. He played at Western Michigan too. He played at Western Michigan, running back from Lloyd
oh,
Norrix.
you talking about
What?
Fields?
Yeah, Darnell Fields. He gonna.
Oh
Darnell
yeah.
Fields.
Oh
Yeah.
Darnell. Yeah.
Darnell was a beast, man. I'm telling you. Like
Oh yeah. Hey, Darnell was hard though.
Darnell was hard, man. So you got like Tico, you got JC, you got Darnell, you got I mean, those were like TJ wasn't a running back in high school. He was a quarterback. So slash
Linebacker,
like
quarterback. Yeah.
yeah, linebacker slash, so I mean, true all out true running back,
He talked
from
about
Cal.
TJ talked about Eric. If it wasn't for Eric Gardner going to a different school, he might not even have been in the backfield with y'all.
Yeah, he right about that. He probably
Hey,
did. He probably was played.
EG was hard.
EG
I
What,
was
watched that game
yeah,
with Lloyd Norris and EG was hard, dog.
yeah. EG was hard, man.
who was
He,
the toughest? Now you ran all over everybody. Who was your toughest team, and who was your easiest team, and who was your favorite team to get busy on?
it always was my favorite team to play against in football. Always was Central. I wanted to kill them all the time,
Come
and
on now.
I just had.
Hey, that's the instinct you gotta have. Cause I felt the same way when I played against Tyrone Lewis and some dogs.
Yeah,
They was coming for my head every play. I had to get mine.
that's
You
just
talking
the
about
thing.
getting chased everywhere.
Lord knows
Them
is
and like
always in
Battle Creek
football.
Central, Battle Creek Central. I didn't like them, St. Joe, but
What
yeah,
about Ben Harbor? Did you like playing against Ben Harbor?
They
in
were tough.
football it was easy. Football it was easy, man. They was trash in football, but basketball,
Basketball,
that's
they
the
were
name.
tough.
Basketball, they was the truth, and that's I
Basketball
love
always been
playing
the
against
truth.
them in basketball. Now, if it was basketball, it was them, but football,
That's funny you
yeah,
said that, man. I was looking at them today. They Benton Harbor, my mama was in high school when they won 2 championships in the 60s. And I was just looking at that today. I just didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead. Let me tell you the history.
yeah, yeah. You got to remember too, like Kelly Baraka was playing.
Ooh,
Ooh, come on.
him and
He was
JC
playing
tore
at the
the
same time.
grass up.
Okay,
Yeah,
wait. Let's
he was
recap this.
young.
This is just in your era.
He
You
was
had
cold.
Little
Yeah,
John Flowers, TJ Duckett, JC Harrison, Jerome Harrison, Eric Gardner, Kelly Baraka was killing it at Portage Northern. And was Mark Thurman running the ball too?
well, um,
in three, and somebody was in Three Rivers running the rock too.
Yeah, they did have somebody over there running that ball too. But I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, and I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you that yeah, I was the best running back in Kalamazoo.
Let's go ahead and clap this up right here.
I mean, like I've sat back and I've heard all the stories. I've heard a lot of these people put these. Like I think I was number 13 in like the Michigan history. I think I was number 13.
Oh, it's 10th.
Come on, let's go ahead and break it down. So
No, it's 10. It's 10th in Michigan history.
10.
It's
Yeah,
number
yeah.
10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know they got all these stories, but you got to remember too, man. Like my numbers wasn't padded or stacked. They wasn't padded. Like I didn't play a lot of those fourth quarters. I didn't play.
Right?
Like
No, you didn't.
I
Of
mean,
course, you didn't play when you had.
you're averaging 350 yards a game.
I
No,
didn't
you
play the
had.
fourth quarter.
No, he had 29 touchdowns. He had 28. Hey, he had 28 attempts for 443 yards.
And that was the only game that I actually played the full game because the score was 42-35. We won by a touchdown. I scored all the touchdowns. So I played the full game. A lot of those games where I had 350 yards rushing, that was all done in the third quarter, bro. I didn't play the fourth quarter. I didn't go and do like when we played Niles or we played St. Joe or even when we was going out Kalamazoo Central. My coach, we didn't put me in like in the fourth quarter when we had a lead like that. Some of these guys,
they sure did. They conserved it. Who was your coach back there? Was that Drake? Did you have Coach Drake?
Yep. Coach Drake, Coach Pennis, those guys, man. They didn't put me in for those games, so I didn't those games.
Everywhere you went, you shined. Little.
You said that you made Norrix. Let's see, you made Norrix history, so I have to agree because you made our team go undefeated.
Everywhere he played.
Talk about that because you knew about Lloyd Norrix's past.
He shined.
Yeah.
We talking about.
So talk about how important that was. Real quick, W. He has to get this in for the historical. How important that was to be an undefeated team at Kalamazoo Lloyd Norrix in football. And I said that.
I mean, it was huge. That's all we talked about. Like really, when I got there, and we went undefeated as a freshman team,
right.
And it's like, man, let's do something that no one has done. Let's get to the playoffs. Nobody in history has got to the playoffs, and let's like put banners up. You know what I'm saying? Let's do something where nobody has done before, and that's what we did. I mean, it was special. We wanted to leave our name, leave a legacy, like leave something where everybody can go and go look at it. And when you do, you go there and you see it in basketball. You see we have our regional championship. No one has done that at Lloyd North since. They had a great squad that 25, 26 and 0. They were a really good damn team, but they didn't win the regional championship. We won the regional champ. We have the only regional championship in basketball. Football, we the only team that made the playoffs and won a game in the playoffs. And I don't know if y'all was there, but if y'all seen that playoff game that night where they had to bring stands in, people standing all around the field, like I mean, it was ridiculous. Those nights and those times at Lloyd, in Kalamazoo, they were special.
Who did you guys lose to in when you was in football? When y'all made it to the first round, y'all won.
First round we beat Lowell, and then the second round when it was like that snowstorm and muddy and all that bull crap. But we lost to East Lansing. And that team there, like if we'd played them and any other day besides that day there, we'd probably kick their ass. But I mean, it was going and all that stuff. They had a big team and they was built for that snow and that grind. We was more built on speed,
Right.
If we should have had a state championship in basketball if they would have let Coach Jackson be our coach.
Right, you did have.
Shout out to Woodley. Shout out to Coach Woodley too, man. Rest in peace, man. Coach Woodley was a good coach, man. I loved him. He was my coach my senior year, and he is the only coach to win a regional championship at Lloyd Norrix. So shout out to Woodley.
Make rest in peace, Woodley, man. Thank
Bruce Woodley, yeah. But we all know, and everybody know, Coach Jackson was a different breed, man. If they let him coach us that year, we win a championship. I mean,
talk about that briefly because.
So tell me how was it going to
One thing I want to say about
Coach
that.
Jackson? I never knew that.
He was the principal. He was the principal that we had brought from Flint. And for
yeah,
Oh,
some
okay.
crazy reason, I think Miss Royster was the
yes,
superintendent at the
yep,
time.
yep,
And they had some kind of, I don't know what disagreement, but she felt that he violated because he was the principal coaching the
yep,
team, which is
yep.
absolutely ridiculous. So talk about that, how you felt as not only because Jackson was a great coach, he was a super influential.
Yeah, he was super. He just married me. Shoot, back here in July. That's how
Are you
influence.
really in contact with?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
Oh
great.
yeah.
I've been wanting to talk to
Exactly.
you for
Coach
years.
Jackson was
Really?
the real deal, man. Coach Jackson, like, so it was crushing, man. I mean, I almost didn't even play basketball my senior year because of it.
And you
Um,
guys was good. That's what that was.
like it was, I mean, it was, trying to, we was fighting with Coach Woodley and, whether we was gonna play. Like we lost Bull, because Bull didn't want to play for Coach Woodley, and Bull was like the best damn player in the state, really.
Yeah,
Uh, and we didn't even have him our senior year, and we still won the regional and was like one game away from the Final Four,
yeah.
which is still the farthest that Lloyd Norris had ever been. And we didn't have
Congratulations
our
on that
best
too.
player, we didn't have our best player, and we didn't have our coach. You know what I'm saying? So we have those two things of Coach Jackson. Like Coach Jackson there, man, we win the state, and the team that won the state, they Flint Northwestern played Detroit Central. We beat Flint Northwestern by 25 points earlier that year at our place, and they was in the finals.
Right. And
So,
he would have known that game great because he was
oh
from the Flint system. So
man, and
yes, that was probably our best opportunity to win a state championship in basketball.
basketball, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I
You know
mean,
what's really fun to talk with you about, especially with Norrix, because I was in the and I hate to say it, but when I was in my era, we had some dogs there too. You feel me? I came with Tyrone and Sam, and I mean, man, I was running with Tico, Eric Miles, Rudy,
well,
Sean Varga. You dig it? Like I was like, hey, this kid's back here. I'm still
Well,
trying.
you jumping 24 in long jump. You ain't had no worries. Go on with all that.
I mean, but the thing I had to look, I had to find my own individuality with them many stars on that team. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
Because if you go top three in the 200, you're gonna have Tico in there, you're gonna have Eric Miles, and you might have had rest in peace to Ronnie G. Ronnie Wilson would have been in there. And then,
yeah,
somebody in the 100. So I had to eventually get that. And thank you, Dub. So, but what I was saying is at those times, it's a special place to be in Lloyd Norris when all of the teams are popping like that.
yeah,
And you got all of that great synergy going. You get in the press, you get in the notoriety. People know your name. You might even could go to the store, somebody will give you a soda on them or whatever. But and then you went on and you continue to be in the Jets. Can you share? And here's one thing I wanted to say, man, you're a tough runner. Where do you get that grit and that toughness from on every run and to be so
North,
solid, man?
North side, boy, from the hood.
I
Talk
am
about
like out of everybody that we named off on those lists, I am from the north side of Kalamazoo. I mean, I was born and raised into it, bro. Like it was just in me, man. It was in me. Like the dog. That's you had no choice. I grew up. You know,
Ooh, yes.
Come on,
Dyson,
he had to come to the Douglas. He had to
yeah,
come to LaCrone.
Chrome.
He had to get
And
groomed. I
I
know
had
you watched. He used to watch Winfield and them play, so he used to keep the score on the clock. This
Good.
boy go way back.
And
He
then
put
you
the
and then
work
you were
in.
training with TJ. And I remember I talked to TJ. TJ used to come to practice and train with us when he was young. And y'all was doing the same thing. So one of the things that the world is going to definitely realize, whether it's on Spotify or YouTube or Facebook or wherever you get it, that
yeah,
Kalamazoo is no funny place. It is a real spot with real talent, some world-class people that you could not believe that so many powerful people have been from the zoo.
Oh yeah, all day,
And we got
all
our
day.
guest right now, Little John Flowers, man. Hey, the world can't see it. We can see on the screen. What's going on with this golf thing you got on there, man? You into golfing now?
oh yeah, man. That is my new.
He be on the course.
That's my
What?
What's your drive? What's your drive looking like, little?
Man, I'm not hitting it. I'm more accurate. I'm about 250.
Okay.
265. Around there. But I shoot like I've shot. I've got like two or three even par rounds.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
I
I'm
love golfing,
I'm
fam.
shooting like the
We're
70s.
gonna have to schedule something this year to play because
Yeah.
I
What'd you say,
love
Little?
golf.
I
Come
shoot in the
on.
70s all the time, bro. I mean,
Oh
that's
Oh
yeah.
man, you
Oh
killing it.
yeah. You
yeah,
got
You
the
killing it.
so you're saying to us that you're gonna be going pro pretty soon.
that's the goal. I
Here we
mean,
go.
that's how much I want to go.
You heard
I'm
it right here, right now. Ladies and gentlemen, GTA, look at
Actually, how many?
get ready.
Actually, how many business deals going on
Go
on
ahead
the golf
and
course?
get your sponsorships and mind spinning right now for that name. Little John Flowers, former NFL running back, now professional golfer. Let's talk about it. Let's go.
oh, yeah, that's the
So,
goal.
so what do you do now since you graduated from school? What you actually do now to take care of your family and how many kids you got? You married, right?
Yep, married. I got three boys. And I work for Love's Travel Stop right now.
Okay.
A general manager there at the tire shop. Got a whole bunch of mechanics that be taking care of things, and I just run the shop and work with them guys, and then I'm golfing and working out. That's all I do. It's
Good. You
me.
look absolutely happy and you look absolutely great, man. And man, we think it's tremendous to have you here. And you know what, man? This is the craziest episode because we didn't have a lot of them, but this is the most official because this is the first time we didn't ask somebody on the list who they top five is, and they said, "Yo, I'm number one."
Yeah, the boy hard now.
And they
So
got the
so
credentials for it, Joe
so
J.
even when you went overseas to NFL Europe, it was you and another running back. So
Let's
you
talk
was like
about how did you
second
let's
and
talk
third.
about that. How did you get there?
You was
Tell
like second and third in NFL Europe and Russia, man.
yes,
Yep.
man.
Right?
I got records for over there. Like I lead the team. I led and for Berlin, I'm the all-time leading rusher and all-time leading touchdown scorer there for running backs. That year I think I had like 8 touchdowns. That was a record.
No,
Um,
nine. You had nine.
Fine, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then I was over there going head to head with Walter Payton's son. His son was over there running at the time.
Oh,
He was
Jared.
running. Yep, yep, yep,
Hey, you
yep.
know what? That's funny. I knew Jared as a child because my family, they was in Jack and Jill in Chicago and something like
Yeah.
that. But hey, man, you know what? You said something interesting. Let's not
What happened?
skim over that, man, because
Well, he,
Dub brought up something so important. How did you get to Europe and how did that process take us through that process, how you got there?
Well, it was all through like the with the Jets, man. I was trying to get on the team, and for a while there, they didn't want me to go over there the first 3 years that I was on the team because they was trying to get over there, but I hadn't played in so long.
Uh-huh.
Because I was on the practice squad. They was bringing me on and cutting me, bringing me back, and then they was like, "Well, go over there and play a little ball and see what you got." And I went over there and kicked butt. And then they was like, "No, we ain't letting you go. We're gonna bring you back to camp to
Wow. Because they
Jets."
didn't want to lose you.
yeah,
Right.
man, he had 109 yards for
Yeah.
109 carries for
So the
433 yards.
Berlin team was that with the Giants affiliate association?
Well, no, that was
No,
with the Jets
yes.
first, and then I went over there by myself one year, and then that's when the Giants picked me up after the year that I had. One year I went over there to prove myself again, and that's when the Giants had picked me up.
Can I say something honestly? I thought that this is what I perceived, to be quite honest with you, and I'm going to say this for you. When you were with the Jets, you were good enough to be a starter and a backup with the running back that they had. But I think it was the politics. They had to pay the running back that they had there at the time. They paid him a lot of money, but you was absolutely the best talent and running back and best for the team at the time. And the Jets, as you see where they are now today as an organization, they don't really have it together, right?
Right, 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 right.
I mean, I'm not saying it bad. I'm just saying they just being honest.
Nah, yeah, you right
Yeah.
about that. That's how they rock. But it was just all a great opportunity for me, man. Just
For
to
real.
Because I'm saying that their blunder on your talent was your opportunity to go. And now you said something very interesting. You went back to London on your own. Now, a lot of us hadn't got our passports yet, let alone go on over to London with the vibration in mind, fam, that I'm finna go make an NFL football team
Yep.
in London. Talk
Yeah.
about that and what happened and how you did that whole thing. And what,
Well, that thing was all about the grind too, man. What I had did the previous year,
uh-huh.
left marks on the people over there in Berlin, and they was like, shoot, if I came back another year, as a free agent, like no team, no affiliate, they would pick me up. And doing it that way, you go over there and they got like other guys who, was already affiliated with teams. So those guys were supposed to get like preferential treatment and stuff and being in front of me. But shit, I went over there and balled out and put them niggas on the bench, and
Mhm.
I was playing. You know what I'm saying? I was playing. They
And
was
not only did you play, I
hard.
think didn't you guys make it to the championship and just about
Yeah,
win it?
they lost. Yep, they
You did.
lost.
I was about to say you made it to the championship game.
Yeah,
And let's talk about that season. You went over there and you balled out. Now, how was living in London? Talk about living in London.
it was Berlin is where we
Berlin,
live in Berlin, Germany. It was
Germany. I'm sorry. God,
yeah,
Michael. See, that's why we got to learn how to get around the world, family.
yeah, it was a great experience, man. I can't wait to get back over there
Okay.
as an older man
Yeah.
to let's see some of those like just some of the historical things
Germany.
that we got a
Wow.
chance to see over there in Germany.
Okay,
Uh,
now I'm ready to go back. So let me get this crazy right. Berlin is in Germany, sir. Okay, so you're not in London, dummy. Mike, so I see I had a little blunder there. I'm not a dummy, but so for a minute I had lost it. So even further, going to Germany, fam. Did you learn German? I mean that's crazy. Did somebody tell you to come back?
I know he drunk that good beer.
Come on,
good beer over
Oktoberfest.
there.
I'm the Shay. Hey.
Right. I learned no German over there, just nine or Danke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. That's all yeah, Dankeschön. That's about all the language that I learned over there. But
So you took this big,
great
when
time.
you flew over there, it had to be expensive. You had to have your passport ready. You go there, you didn't know anybody. So tell us what you first thing you did. What'd you do?
Well, going over there, it was for me, it was a business trip.
Okay.
For that 3 months, I had to go over there and ball out because I needed to get back to the NFL. And the only way to get back to the NFL was I was gonna have to ball out. So I wasn't going over there to party and have a good time. I was going over there on business. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, this we over here for a reason. I'm gonna go out there and ball out. I'm gonna take care of my body. I ain't gonna be doing anything crazy. I ain't thinking about partying and all that stuff. I'm thinking about football because the big picture was trying to get back um, to the NFL.
Yeah.
Hindsight 2020. I probably should have went over there and had a really good time. And enjoyed myself a little more when it's seen a little bit, view more things. But at that time, when you so focused and when you got a mission in mind that you just you stay focused and you got a job to do. So that's what it was over there, man. It was all love. It was great. One of my sons got a chance to come over there. My oldest son, he got a chance to come over there. He was only like, I think that little boy, I think he was like 2 or 3 at the time when he came over. So he got a chance to see that. So
How did that experience? Does he remember that experience down today?
yeah, he remembered because he was jet lagged. Who was up all night because it's a different, you go over there, you're supposed to stay up for a
Yeah.
little bit, so you don't get that jet
Right.
lag. But he was sleeping and then he was up all night while I was trying to go to sleep crying. Yeah,
Yeah.
he remembered a little bit of it. So it was
Oh
good.
wow. And talk about so how when you came over there as a business, you went over there to ball out, which you did. You made the team, and let's talk about that. You made the team. Did the Jets try to contact you at this time?
This was that, and then that's when the Giants contacted me, and
Okay.
offered me a contract. So, that I mean, once you get back, you just sit there and you wait and see if you got like any offers pop up, and they watching a film and training camp coming up, and boom, here you go. It was late too, when I got the offer from the Giants. I didn't think I thought it was might be over. Um, because I didn't get an offer right away, but 2, 3 weeks before camp, it was like, man. So
Now, all
blessed
these years that you're doing
opportunity.
this and you're going all around the world, running, being a running back, how did you keep yourself in top tier shape? And not only keep yourself in top tier shape, get out there and dominate on the field.
Well, it was all like, it's this is what we do. This is what we do. This is what I always did was grind, and getting the chance to uh, play football and do something that you love. I was gonna try to do it until the wheels fall off, before it was time to do this 9 to 5 job that I do now. I had this in mind of like I'm gonna try to keep doing this for as long as I can. So it was just a mindset, and you get mentally strong. It's some mentally strong people coming from Kalamazoo, and you got to deal with stuff from the zoo. You know what I'm saying? You just mentally strong, and I thought I was mentally strong, and that's how I won a lot of my battles because I was just more mentally strong than a lot of guys. So
Absolutely.
So, so how did you so post career, how is the banging feel now? We had talked about the PTSD with the football stuff. How's
yeah.
that holding up for you as far as after the game? Are you feeling a little bit better, eating a little bit better? And
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Me,
I know one time you had some angry issues like me did,
mhm.
and you were sharing with me about the transition. But how's it good? How are you doing with it right now?
A lot better, man. That transition when you leave from sports and you leave from, that what you want to call like the fame. Um, a lot of guys go through uh that, you know, that
Depression.
depression. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
basically what it
That
is. Just
post-career
depression.
depression. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's what it is. Where all of a sudden one day, everybody calls your name, and then the next day you don't have any of that. And some people, it'll get you, man. It got me for a little while, but again, being mentally tough and coming up out of it, like, hey, man, it's time to pick yourself up and do something different.
Right.
What was it that actually made you stop and say, this is all I wanted to do when you were ready to finish doing the running back for the NFL? What was the thing that made you stop and say, hey, this is it. This was it.
Well, with me,
Great question.
I always wanted to get my degree in college. I
Okay.
always wanted to do that. So I knew when I was done, when it was done, when the wheels was gonna fall off, I was going back to Michigan State to get my degree. I always knew that. And so when it did fall off, I did exactly what I wanted to do, and that was go back to get my degree. And then when I went and got my degree, everything else just pretty much fell in line, man. I mean, I got my degree, and then I started found me a job,
Nice.
using my degree, doing things
Wonderful.
with
Hey, congratulations on getting your degree. Absolutely fabulous job.
best thing that ever happened to me, really. You know what I'm saying? Getting my degree and being able to go and I've been in retail. I've been working in retail, and I've been working in retail now for like 15 years.
Now,
Going on,
does your retail family know that you were in the NFL?
a lot of them do, man. A lot of them do, especially when I got hired at Walmart because it was right after
Okay.
playing football, pretty much. So they knew, and it has got me a lot of opportunities. My name and playing sports.
Knowing people, period.
You know
Yeah,
what? Hopefully, and
Relationship.
prayerfully, what we want is this show to be a bouncing springboard so that it could be able to be shouted back out to Berlin. All your family in Berlin will be able to hear it.
right.
All your Michigan State Spartan families will be able to hear it. All your Kalamazoo Lloyd Norrix family will hear it. All your East Side Raiders family will hear it.
Yeah, man, you're doing
You
a
know,
great job,
you're
little.
doing a wonderful job,
Proud of
man.
you, man.
Very
What you
proud of you.
came,
Oh
You know
what
what
yeah.
I'm
you
saying?
came and believe. I'm proud of you, man. And we was always playing in the gym, man. I knew you was gonna be special, bro.
Oh
You
yeah.
and EG, y'all some special kids, bro.
You
Oh
know
yeah.
what?
I
I want
mean,
to say this.
so
I think you might have talked to our executive assistant, Mr. Chad White today. You know what I'm saying? And I remember when I came home, I was living in New York, but when I got a chance to come home, I was so proud. Like B-Dub just said, I was so proud of you and TJ and those teams, all
yeah,
of your teammates and basketball, and Coach Drake and Coach Jackson. Please, if we can, before we get off, I want to get his contacts if I could, so I can say hi to him. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? If that's okay, I'm saying that out there for the record. But man, we are already rolling to the fourth quarter and got a couple more minutes, man. We could go into
Man,
overtime.
hey, yeah. Oh, he deserved overtime already.
He
Another
definitely
thing I
does.
wanted to say to Lil John, how old are your kids, and are you gonna let them play football?
Talk about it.
Yeah, it's all gonna be on their choice. You know, I put it on them. If they want to do it, let's do it. If they want to work, let's work. And my middle son, he's down in Texas right now, Ashton, and he's playing basketball because he's just long and tall, man.
Man,
He had his first dunk in the game a couple
yeah,
weeks.
Dallas, right?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So he is doing his thing, man.
Already dunking?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Ooh.
Gonna
And
be a
he
monster.
got your Ooh, okay.
He got to keep putting in that work. If he keep
Yeah.
putting in that work, he's gonna be a monster, man. But he got to work for it. But
Beautiful.
got him, and then I got my little one. He I think he wants to play a little sports. He only 7 right now. He'll be 8 here this year, but I think he wants to play. He's in everything, so he might want to play. My oldest son, he wasn't really too much into it. He's working, trying to get back in school and stuff. So my boys, they all about it, man. Especially my middle one and my youngest one, they all about it, man. So we'll see. But they gotta, you gotta put in that work. Ain't nothing gonna come to life easy, man. You gotta put in that work, and they know that's how I am. Like you gotta work for it.
That's
Absolutely,
what's
man.
up.
And in
Well,
that work that you have, we want to thank you so much for putting in all that work.
Oh,
As we
absolutely.
go into order overtime, is there anything that you wanted to say? Like, you know what? What I did wanted to say is like you're very. It seems like from talking to you, is like you're very humble. You're very content with your life. You're
oh yeah,
very happy. You're working out. You look absolutely great. You sound great. You feel great. It gets shining. We're all shining on here, man. It feels great. But what I wanted to ask you is, could you give any advice to some young athlete out there that's trying to become an NFL running back or maybe struggling on something and kind of want to get to that?
yeah.
Can you give them some pointers, some G game for them?
Well, to me, my motto, like this year, and my motto has been, and it's always my sons will tell you too. And that motto, it maybe sound a little tough, but it's nobody cares, work harder.
Say that again.
Nobody cares, work harder. Put in
Damn.
that work when ain't nobody else looking. Put in that work when don't nobody else want to put in that work. And when you think that somebody else is putting in more work, you best get out there and put in more work.
No, that's right.
All about hard work, man. It's all about going out there and giving it everything you got and outworking somebody. Taking care of yourself and putting in that work. Hard work pays off. I'm a 1,000% believer in that. Um, Hard work pays off. So, you know, that's what I would tell the person, man, follow your dreams. And if you got those dreams, put in that work. Nobody cares. Work harder.
Right.
Work harder. Hey man, absolutely fabulous game right there, man. On I'm from the Zoo with our special guest, Mr. Little John Flowers.
Well, I am
Yeah.
famous for one more thing out there in Kalamazoo, too. And I'm the only one who did it in Kalamazoo. And I used to bring some of the best parties in Kalamazoo. Like
Jumping.
my birthday, we used to have some of the best
You know
parties
what? You know what you
at a
did? You know what
10-year
you did?
run.
Because you know what?
Jumping.
You had the celebrity. I mean, now we want to talk about that. Since we're in overtime, you did have a wonderful run of bringing celebrities to the zoo. And I know it was crazy with your celebrity friends coming, and they loved coming to Kalamazoo, didn't they?
They did love coming down to Kalamazoo, man. Those boys would always, man, win your party, win your party. We was having it, man. We had so many people come
Name
down to
name some of the name
Kalamazoo
some
at
of the
those
people that
parties.
used to come. Name some of those people that used to come on in there.
Oh
So,
man, we had like when
yeah,
it
flex, flexico.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We had Plex, we had Charles Rogers, Robert Smith, we
Mm.
had Julian Peterson, like
Oh yeah.
uh, we had some of Nelly entourage down there, Lil Jon and the East Side Boys entourage was down there.
Yeah.
Man, we had who else have came down there? Man, we had the Prince of Saudi Arabia down at our party before, man. Dude used to kick it with it. He was up at Michigan State, and he come down and he had his own security guard that just followed him around. He was the Prince. That's all I remember his name, but I know it was like from Saudi Arabia or something like that. He came down to our parties, man.
What?
We 10-year run
Hey,
from
man.
age 21 to the day I turned 30
You
was
know
last.
what, man? When we get off the phone or we get off the line right here, I'm gonna bend your ear about a couple things. I'm rapping with you on a couple of things. So we're the same measures. I might have to bring you out of retirement, fam.
I know I've been talking to TJ about like when we gonna have that last party, man. You know, we 44 now. What's gonna be a good one that we gonna have one last
Well, I'm not gonna give too much game away to the
Uh,
world, but I show Dub know what I be doing. I be doing events too. So
yeah.
man, me and you gonna build immediately.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Little be having all you can eat, drink, and smoke parties.
Oh man, come on.
You leave
I
with a
love
plate. You leave with a plate, man.
It's
Right.
feel like I'm ready to move in. Let's go.
Right. Yeah,
All you can eat, drink, and smoke.
food,
You ain't
all
even
you
gotta
can
spend no
eat,
money.
drink,
That's the
everything.
best. That's the best, man.
I'm
Hey,
leaving with a plate from Littles.
hey, fam, I'm
Right.
not playing. I'm gonna holler at you on that. Hey, well, listen, we are officially here talking to Mr. Little John Flowers. Absolutely, definitely in your top three, if not your number one running back from Kalamazoo, and
Got to be my number one running back. I signed him.
that is super major,
What's up?
and I bet you your people around that'll be on the show probably won't ever say that because your names always come up. It's legendary. You can pull them up in the Kalamazoo Gazette, all the archives, Michigan State, the New York Jets. Your story, man, is amazing, and for
Loyalty.
loyalty,
Loyal.
being with
Was loyal.
Dixon, and the wonderful parties that you did bring to the city, and then what you're doing right now, man. It absolutely is tremendous, and we are proud of you, King, and we thank you for being a guest right here on I'm from Zoo. Hey, before we get up out of here, you came by way of TJ Duckett, so we
Mm.
want to ask you before we roll up out of here, who would you recommend to be a guest on I'm from the Zoo?
Ooh, who would I recommend?
Boy, got me over here drinking champagne. Boy, I'm gonna be fucked up.
This show is
I drank,
excellent.
I drank the half the bottle. It's worth it though, man. Got my boy on the phone. This was
Now we
good,
gonna
man.
who would you recommend, man? Who we gonna put you on the spot? Who would you recommend, fam?
With me, like he wasn't born and raised in there, but his influence over so many people in Kalamazoo would
Right.
be Dr. Jackson.
Dr.
Yeah.
Jackson.
Ken Jackson, man.
That's what I wanted to hear right there.
He
And
had an influence over so many of us, man. Like he's a
I
father.
remember him and Coach Duckett had it rocking.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Him and
Yep.
Coach Duckett had it rocking. Coach Dr. Jackson, man, that is wonderful. We will absolutely, Dr. Jackson, if you're listening right now, we absolutely can't wait to have you as a guest. That will be the third generation of recommendations from the first recommendations. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah. Also, we got
I can flow a little bit, Lil John.
also little. We got the I got the little plug so we can make the Jets jersey on the regular.
My brother.
You know what, man?
So
I've had
yeah,
a great
44.
time
We
here,
get
but
the
man, I feel, what, my heart is pumping really great right here because this is terrific. We reconnected Kalamazoo. We're bringing family back. We're
right.
giving everybody an opportunity to listen something, to reminisce and go back. And not only that, we got a great person to share some great news with, man. And I can't wait to build with you. I'm gonna bring you out of retirement with my ideas. They're gonna make you light up. Like what? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna make it happen. You know what I'm saying, Captain?
Let's do it.
All
Let's do it.
right.
All right, man. That's what's up, man. I
We're gonna get
appreciate
up
you.
out of here. B-Dub, man. Is there anything that you want to shout out, man? Oh, you know what? Forget it.
Yeah, of
What
course
did
I
you
got something.
guys think? What did you think about the Cat Williams interview before we go on out here for historical?
Cat put it all on the table and told the truth, right?
Yeah,
Truth will set you free, right?
that's real.
It is what it is. And he's funny while he telling it.
He's super funny telling it. He tells it,
You
man.
know what I'm saying?
I
He's
tell it.
smooth. You think he's smooth? smoke his little cigarette. Cat ain't no punk, boy.
What did you think about it, Mr. Little John Flowers?
Hey man, they had me listening to it. He had me listening to old Unc. It was everything, man. I mean, he just put it out there on the table and had people, man, he kept receipts,
Right, right. And that's what we
Everybody
doing
come
right
prove
here.
him
And
wrong and tell him that he's fine. I'm waiting for somebody to tell me that he's
I
lying.
ain't heard nobody say one word.
that's what I'm saying, fam. I ain't seen nobody.
Hey, I'm from the zoo. I'm coming up saying something.
We
If it ain't
from the
right.
we from the zoo. We know when you ain't telling it right, you gonna see somebody finna say, "Hey, hold up, hold up, hold up."
Where, yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
Talk about what he's talking about. Hey, yeah. I ain't heard none of that. So I'm gonna put
No,
it.
when the one he did with Willie D today, the one he did with Willie D, you need to listen to that one.
I'm gonna have to check that one out. I seen that one pop up too.
Hey, fam,
Oh yeah,
look.
Willie D live, baby, from H Town. Oh yeah.
We got it right here, alumni. Hey man, I'm a humble dude, man. But look, this podcast is amazing, man. We got some serious alumni from Kalamazoo, Lloyd Norrix on the spot right now, man. We took
Major
serious.
accomplishment. That boy is the zoo.
We
You
took
want
it
to put
serious.
Kalamazoo on the
We
map,
was
that boy
there.
rap wherever he go.
So,
It don't make no difference.
it's an absolute pleasure to be with the number one running back from Lloyd Norrix. You know what I'm saying? I feel really great because I know how track and field up there. We up there. Be on that board. It's a pleasure to share that record board with you, fam. I take pictures anytime I go up in there, you know what I'm saying? And I see us, we right there. You dig
Yep.
it? I wish we could have had that 4x1 record. Matter of fact, I think you broke our record. Matter of fact, I know you did so. And
180 carries for 789 yards
go
in
check
NFL Europe, 9 touchdowns.
Go check your stats. The brother
Check your
was
stats,
cold.
numbers don't lie,
The brother
baby.
was cold right here, just like this right here. He was cold with it.
In the snow,
In the rain. Basketball hit that jumper on the way out. Man, go to the archives. Man, we are here with the one, the only Mr. Little
Shouts
John.
out to the Douglas. Shouts out to the Douglas, though.
Shouts out to the anything. Hey,
that boy worked at the Douglas after me. That boy worked plenty of days at the Douglas, boy.
Let him go ahead, man. Hey, last shouts out. You got any North Side shouts out you want to give, man? This is historical, fam, for you.
And it's just for me, the whole north side, everybody, from the Patwood projects. I don't even know if they call it Patwood no more. From Patwood to LaProne, the Cobb Street, Douglas, North Street, Alamo, all those is all my little neighborhoods there, bro. That's where we used to hang, used to roll. They all know me. That's why they love me because I was from the zoo. I'm from there. I was from the streets. I got arrested shooting dice while down at LaCrone.
Almost didn't get to state, huh?
Yeah. So that I am Kalamazoo, man. I love Kalamazoo. I love my people down there, man. And I appreciate y'all for having me on this podcast.
Yeah.
One love,
appreciate
man.
You too, man.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you too, big baby. All love over here. Appreciate you, Little John Flowers, baby.
Forever, man. You know what I'm saying? But right here,
Kalamazoo's finest.
We're gonna wrap it up, man. This now concludes this week's episode, man. You can check us out all the time on Facebook, Spotify, YouTube, Tidal, Apple, all of that. We growing and we appreciate it. Hey, I want to thank you guys. We are getting to 1,000 subscribers already in just 3 short months. Look what God can do. Hey, man, thank you so much, fam, for being a guest here. Mr. Little John Flowers. B-Dub, man. Where you from, bro?
I'm from the zoo where all the animals stay, baby.
That's what I'm talking about. Kiki, take us out. We out. See y'all next time.
All right, fellas.
All right, little. Much love, big baby. Keep doing your thing.
I can't stress right now. No. Remix. I can't stress right now. I can't stress right now. I can't stress right. Every time I walk, I'm an algorithm. Buddha cosmos with the street rhythm. Slide in the spaceship to the day. Everything we touch makes history. My vibe's so great, it's an energy. That's why you can't stress me. Now I'm a player with the highest degree, so let's connect and grow the family. You got the right now. I can't stress, I can't stress, I can't stress, I can't stress. You got the wrong yours and gorillas. I'm a CO who's the realest. I make the world flip like a Britney pick. Fam, just tell me what's your endeavor. I'm all about my cheddar. I'm the elephant who remembers. We north, south, we east, west, just champions forever. Play your connection. What do you need? Just give it to us. Got the best weed, got the best cars, houses and stars. All in the studios, drop the greatest bars. Yeah. I can't stress, I can't stress, I can't stress, I can't stress. Right now. I can't stress, I can't stress, I can't stress, I can't stress. Right now. No, 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 no. I can't stress, I can't stress, I can't stress, I can't stress. Right now. Hey, hey. I can't stress, I can't stress, I can't stress, I can't stress. Right now. No. I can't stress, I can't stress, I can't stress, I can't stress.